Taking care of a newborn and having to sit for a really important exam or series of exams can be really difficult. It can be really challenging, and coming from a place of experience where in 2024 January 2024 I had to sit for my written qualifying exams while taking care of a newborn. I was literally about 3 months postpartum, having to take care of myself, take care of the newborn, and also sit for this series of very important exams and very challenging exams. It wasn't easy. But then I'm here to share with you guys some of the things that I did that helped me navigate that stage of my life and how I came out successfully. So I'm sharing these tips to help any new mom out there who is probably preparing for an exam or is actually pregnant right now and thinking about what their fate is going to be eventually when they have their baby and have to sit for exams. So any other thing that is challenging to you as a mom or as a new mom. If you're new here, my name is Stella. I'm a PhD student in the USA. I'm doing a PhD in chemistry, and I create content on my channel regarding my experience as a PhD student who is also a mom of 3. So basically, my YouTube channel is like my journal where I document my PhD journey. And I do this to serve as an inspiration to moms out there who are struggling or trying their best to navigate doing a PhD or other aspects of their career and also being wonderful parents. Here are 5 tips that I'll give to you. Number 1 is get help. You need to get help. You cannot do it all by yourself. I know it can be really tricky for us who are here in the US or abroad generally, where it's not very easy to get people around you to help you with things because everybody is very busy. Everybody is occupied with their own stuff going on. However, it's important to speak out. We have really kind people in this world, and you never know the level of help you're going to get when you open your mouth to ask for help. You can ask for help from your church organization. You can ask for help from your school, your department, from your colleagues in the lab. And in my own case, I had my husband here. So we already knew that I was going to be writing this series of exams at the beginning of 2024, and so we made arrangements in such a way that my husband was going to be around here in the US throughout the period of the exams. I wrote the exams from January to March 2024, and so we made proper arrangements such that he's going to be available all through the period I was going to write the exam. And so that really helped me a lot because the baby was still really small, still suckling and all of that. So we had to devise new ways that daddy is going to be very helpful while he's present. So I pumped, and then I was doing like I was doing both breastfeeding and bottle feeding. So when I'm not at home, baby bottle feeds, and so that made it really easy. I had times when I had to go to study in the middle of the night, like at night, and daddy is at home with baby. So getting help is very important. Like I said, you can get help from different places. It does not have to be your husband. But of course, if your husband can be around, then that's actually your best option. Let your husband be around to take care of the family or the baby while you get very busy preparing for these exams. The second tip I have here is time management. I understood how chaotic my life was going to be during that season. So I had 2 other little babies to take care of. So time management is one of the biggest things about a mom who is navigating other aspects of her life. So I needed to create my schedule in such a way that I have time allocated for different things. When I wake up in the morning and I know that I want to do some house chores, say from 5:30 to 9 a.m., I focus on it. I don't get distracted by other things that are not very important. So I create like time blocks in such a way that at every of the time block, I had something I needed to achieve. And that helped me a lot. Also, arranging your own reading schedule you arrange your reading schedule in such a way that you are covering very important aspects of the materials that you are studying within the time that you have. So if you're going to be studying 3 to 5 every day, or 3 to 5 p.m. every day, then ensure that you break down the materials you are studying into volumes that you're able to finish up within the allotted time. Don't push something that you're not going to achieve. Say you want to cover 50 chapters for a particular course, so you can create time blocks such that you're able to cover 2 chapters within 2 hours. You know the kind of material you have, you know the possibilities, so create those time blocks with those chapters. So that helps you to be more productive, because by the time you go to the library or wherever you're studying to study, you know that I'm covering 2 chapters today, so you're working towards ensuring that these 2 chapters are covered within the 2 hours. The third thing I have here is understand the concepts. As a mom, it's actually very important to you that you don't leave any stone unturned at the early stages of your program. You have to ensure that if, for example, it's an exam that is being for a class that is being taught. In my own case, it wasn't really a taught class. It was just you coming to sit for exams based on materials that have been given to you to work on. So let's assume it's a class exam. Ensure that for every class you attend, every concept that is being discussed in that class, you actually understand it. If you do not understand in that very class, ensure that you meet your professor or whoever is in charge, your teaching assistant, your colleagues even, immediately after that class. You have to make sure you understand every concept as you go on along. Otherwise, you're going to end up having a lot of difficulty when it's time to actually prepare for an exam. Because at that time, you are struggling not only to cover up the volume you have, you are also struggling to understand every page that you're opening. And that is a problem because you get confused, you get frustrated, you do not have the luxury of time. So you need to, as you go along, ensure that you are picking up everything so that when the time to prepare for exams come, you know you are just studying for the exam and not trying to understand the tiny little details. This is very, very important and is one of the things that I do. I ensure that at every class I understand what is being taught before I move on to the next one. I don't want to make this video to be too long, so I'm kind of rushing things. So if you have any questions, you can always drop in the comment section. What point here I have here is ask questions, kind of like trying to understand concepts. Ask questions whenever you are confused. If you're preparing for an exam that was not a taught class, as you're studying, ask questions. Meet your colleagues, meet your older colleagues, senior colleagues, meet your professors, your teaching assistants, people around. Ask questions. Ensure that you do not just live in your own head. You do not just think that you're all alone. Like I said, we have a lot of kind people in this world, and you will be amazed at how people will be out there to actually help you. I'm telling you, especially when they understand your situation. I have gotten the kind of help around me such that I sometimes marvel at how kind people can be, because when they hear your story, they feel for you and want to really do anything to help you navigate this path. And people are actually they love it when they see parents who want to make it 100% in their parenting journey and at the same time want to get it 100% in their career. You'll be amazed at how kind people can be to you. So ask questions, whatever question, no matter how dumb you think you sound, you're going to get help, and that really helps you when you're preparing for these really challenging exams and navigating it with being a mom to a new baby. And then, very importantly, the last but not the pray. You need to pray to God. Pray to God to help you. I can never overemphasize that. Prayers has been like the very most important thing for me outside of every other thing that I'm doing. I have God as my father, like I'll relate to my earthly father. I tell him things the way I feel about them. And so pray to God and have that connection with him. Tell him exactly what you want and how you want it to be while you are also making your own efforts. I hope that these points make some sense and are going to be really helpful to you. These are some of the things that actually helped me navigate writing that really challenging exam and making it through that exam. Let me know if you've been through this kind of phase in your life as a mom, what you did that also helped you. It doesn't have to be PhD, it doesn't have to be some type of professional career. It could be your business, how you were able to navigate having take care of a newborn, and also meeting up with your targets in your business. I'll be happy to read your comments, and I'm sure a lot of mom might also be reading your comments, and you never know who you're going to be inspiring. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't, so that it will have a wider reach. Drop me your comments. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, please. I will the subscribe button is going to pop up at the end of this video, and the subscribe button is basically going to be always be in the description box, and it's the red button which is down there below. You can just click it and then click the bell which is right next to it, so that you get notified whenever I make a new video. Till I come your way again next time, my name is Stella. Stay blessed. Bye.